Tyron, the chosen one Woodley. Vicente Luque. Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of all ages, here we are again with another Best Bets to give you your best bet. The fight that we've got coming up on UFC 260 is Vicente Luque against Tyron, the chosen one Woodley. Tyron. I don't know. Tyron's not his last outing, but the previous to last outing was against Gilbert Burns. And I do believe the fight after that was against Colby Covington. Kobe. But we're here today to talk about Tyron. And Tyron Woodley, man, interestingly enough, never been a huge fan of Tyron's fighting style. Kind of a fan of his. He's kind of a character, his own person, outspoken, strong-willed. But his fighting style, it just didn't really tickle my fancy. I mean, he's a guy that has a tendency to back all the way up to the cage and put his heel on that cage, defend as best he can, and then explode while you think you've kind of got him up against the fence. He's also been known to gas out occasionally. He's also better known as the former UFC champ. He was the champ. He was the chosen one. It was his time. For a long time, Tyron ruled with an iron fist to the point where, very few people saw Usman showing up and beating him. And then we've got Vicente Luque, which he is a tough kid. He's a tough kid. He is a high-level journeyman. Yeah, he's a high-level journeyman. If you really look at his his last two recent losses, you're looking at he seems to fold when he fights the cream of the crop, the top of the top, the top five. Like he fought Leon Edwards. He had one loss there, and then he fought someone else, and it was another one of those, top of the pecking order losses. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, that's who he fought, and he lost against Stephen Thompson. And again, Stephen Thompson, top of the top five, top seven, Leon Edwards, top seven, probably the best fighter without, that nobody knows about is Leon Edwards. And Wonderboy has been a hair's breadth away from being the champ on at least two occasions. Definitely the best striker in the UFC that he has that loss to, but that tells me something about him. Vicente, he's not quite good enough to fight against top five, top seven guys. He's just not. He's not at the top of the top. He's maybe a 10, maybe an 11, maybe a 12. And what's really interesting about this fight is Tyron is really going to tell us where he's at. Is he still a top five guy? Is he still a top five, top seven guy? Or is he deteriorated extremely poorly and has become what we all suspect he may be, and we hope that he's not? And I'm on that team, even though I don't like his fighting style. Again, I'm a fan of him kind of as a person, although I do understand that he's made some rather interesting financial choices. That being said, I like him, and I hope that, he hasn't deteriorated. But his last two fights, they really have shown that, either he's just fighting the best guys, which Gilbert Burns is, and which Colby Covington definitely is, in my opinion. He's number two. Usman is number one, and Colby is number two. Usman beat Colby. That's why Colby's number two. So it's just that simple for me. And when you're looking at somebody like Tyron, who was the number one guy for a really long time, plus he didn't seem to have the cardio. I don't want to say he quit in the Colby Covington fight. This is really one for him to lose. This Vicente Luque fight, this is Tyron's fight to lose. Either by the fact that he's deteriorated to a point now that, he just can't do what he used to do, which he was a super strong guy and super fast guy. And he was known to pick his shots extremely well, explode on you, and just, put you out, knock you out. Good night, Irene. Have a nice life. I hope you wake up, but if you don't, we're not shocked because he hits that hard. And Vicente Luque is a solid kid, solid striker. He was able to go all, I do believe 5 rounds with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. And I'll tell you what, though, that really just kind of highlighted Vicente's toughness because, and, he did well. He did land a few shots. He landed some good shots on Stephen, which is not easy. Stephen, like I said, is probably the best singular, pure striker in the welterweight division of the UFC, probably in all of MMA. He's probably the best single striking welterweight. Period. He's got the best records, the best pure striking credentials of anyone, including over Israel Adesanya or MVP. Wonderboy's got the best credentials, in my opinion. So, Vicente definitely could take a shot, and that does not bode well for Tyron, especially if he's faded. That being said, Tyron is the chin cracker. The chin cracker. He will crack you in the chin, and, you will find out if you really have a chin. But, I have this sneaking suspicion that looking at him and looking at his performances, looking at, his conditioning, looking at his physique, that some deterioration has happened. It could be Father Time because, that's the only one that's undefeated. So, honestly, in his heyday, at 100%, in my mind, Tyron would win this fight. Tyron would find a way to put hands on that young man and put him out and win this fight. I think what we're going to learn is that Tyron is a journeyman now. Like, his, not skill level wise, just I think his body, you can only stay at the top so long. So, like, when they do the analytics on fighters, on average, very few fighters break the 10-year mark. Not 10 years of fighting, but 10 years at the top. 10 years at number 1 spot, number 1 through 5 spot. It just, your body can only maintain that many, that high RPM for so long. So I think I've given it away. I think I've let the cat out of the bag and let you guys know what I really think is that I've got an aching suspicion that Mr. Tyron, the chosen one Woodley, is not going to get out of this one unscathed. It's much like when I was talking about the Francis Ngannou, Stipe Miocic fight earlier this week. Tyron can knock anybody out, the same way that Francis can knock anybody out at any given time, and power is the last thing to go. That being said, relying on a puncher's chance, that's a dangerous, dangerous thing. And whenever anybody fights a former champ, even if they're not the champ, this is the time for Vicente to really make his mark. He's failed twice against top 5 guys, Wonderboy and Edwards. He's going to be hungry, and I think now is the time to beat Tyron. If I was a betting man, which I am, it's Vicente Luque. Like, it's just Vicente Luque all day, every day. This is going to be one where I think he's going to bring his A game, and I think he likes the pressure. And I don't think Tyron's going to be able to rely on his strength and his athleticism anymore to pull him out of the fire. So, that being said, Vicente Luque for the win. Vicente Luque is, that is my choice for the win. Because Stephen Wonderboy hasn't seen much deterioration. He did get caught by Anthony Pettis, but Anthony Pettis is an incredible fighter. And Vicente was able to hang. He got beat up, but he's tough. And he's got great cardio, which, again, that's a problem Tyron's had for a really long time, is someone that can push the pace on him. Kobe, Usman, these are all guys that were able to get in Tyron's face and push the pace. And Gilbert, same thing. Gilbert was pushing that pace on Tyron. So I think Tyron is in for a really long night, or a short one, and not in a good way. I don't think he's going to get this one done short. I don't think he's going to get this one done by decision. Vicente Luque all day, every day. The chosen one. We'll see. I don't want to count him. I don't want to give him the 100% you're out of there, but this is a 10% chance. So my money's on Vicente Luque. That's where I'm putting my money. And that's where I think you should put yours. But that's just my opinion. You do what you want. You make your decisions. It goes how it goes. But that's your best bet. Your best bet, Tyron Woodley isn't going to make it out of this one. Vicente Luque is your best bet. That's how it goes. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm out. You guys have a great day. Subscribe, like. Bye.